guys, I am taking a break from my holiday today to give you an update on the mad plan that has been created on the Discord. Link to the Discord in the description. Let's see if I can level it out. For some reason I feel a little bit wonky here. But yes, there is a mad plan that we're putting together on the Discord to ensure that stakeholders do not get forgotten in this Chapter 11 filings for Cineworld bankruptcy. So the main thing that I think I want to focus on is I think we need, in the Discord, us stakeholders, we need to agree on what we think is fair and what I think is a fair outcome for stakeholders to not be forgotten in this. People that have been investing in Cineworld through COVID, who are valid parts of keeping Cineworld going. We think it's very fair that creditors get their due, but we think it's unfair how the company is being valued and what the board of directors has done to the company. I think we are all generally pretty proud of having Mookie as a CEO, but a few decisions seem to be acting in his own self-interest rather than the interest of all the stakeholders. Which we don't, we're all human and we all act in our own self-interest, but we, legally, he has to represent us and we aren't particularly sure that he's doing that at the minute. And so I think a fair thing to request is that all equity holders that are not on the board of directors should receive as many shares as the board of directors stakeholders do in the new company. So if all the board of directors get 7.5% equity in the new company, then stakeholders that are not on the board of directors should get 7.5% also. So in total, existing shareholders will get 15%, or what they should do is divide that 7.5 by half. Board of directors get 3.75, and the remaining equity holders should get the other 3.75. Now, the reason I pulled 7.5 is not out of thin air. I believe someone on the Discord read through the RNS update and inferred that it was 7.5% from there. I'll leave a link to that in the description if I find the actual link to that piece of information. But it looks like what's happening at the minute is that debt is going to be exchanged for equity. That is the creditors' plan to get out of Chapter 11 bankruptcy, is to exchange debt for equity, which under current valuations would leave shareholders with nothing. Of course, they need someone to run that new company, and who they believe to be the best to run it is the existing board of directors. Well, then you've got to answer this question, creditors, board of directors. Why are you the best people to run the company if it's, if the company is at fault because of COVID, then then the company is worth what it was in COVID times. However, if the company is doing badly because of the board of directors, then how are you the best people to run the company? If it's being fairly valued, that we are taking the valuation of the current cash flows, well then the board of directors have done a terrible job. They are the ones to blame for the current situation. But if we're blaming COVID, then we have to go back to COVID times for the valuation, and the valuation should be far, far higher than it currently is. And so I think there is plenty of fair arguments that us as Cineworld retail investors can make. And so what I want to talk about is this mad plan that is, if you think about it, not so mad. So already we have been, over the course of the last year since I started this channel, we have been creating an Excel spreadsheet that lots of you have joined, and you've put how many shares you have into that Excel spreadsheet, and we've been able to see who are the largest stakeholders in Cineworld by going on to various websites, just free information, and we've gone from being a tiny stakeholder to being in the top 10 stakeholders of Cineworld. I believe last time I checked, which was months ago, we were the 8th largest stakeholder in Cineworld. So, and I think now we might be 5th. And so we are becoming a much larger group. And what we want to do now is make clear to the world that the main thing that I want to make clear is that we will act. So if we really feel as though we are being left out of the discussion, if we believe that the stakeholders, the retail investors make up a massive portion of Cineworld's stakeholders, And I think one of the things that companies do is they think that they can push over the retail investor because it's so hard to organize so many people to come together. And that's what this video is all about. It is a bit mad to imagine all these people coming together. But of course, if we all put in a tiny bit of effort, then a few of us can orchestrate. We can use our combined equity to say, hey, it's not fair that the board of directors are the only people being credited in the new company. Us stakeholders were here helping the business through COVID just as much as creditors were. And so I think it would be fair to make sure that stakeholders get some form of equity in the new business, and that's what this is all about. And so how can you help? Well, the first thing you could do is you can join the Discord, link in the description below, and then also on the Discord there's a little pin, and you can go to the Cineworld group on my Discord, Cineworld stock, and there's a little pin, and you can add how many shares you have to that Excel spreadsheet, and we can try and climb the rankings as Cineworld's largest recognized stakeholder. And then we can use that leverage, that power, to make sure that we are heard in the Chapter 11 bankruptcy filings by Judge Isker, who seems to be an incredible judge. And all we want to do is make clear that we will not see it as fair to us if only the board of directors stakeholders get recognized in the new business. And so we're not asking for an unfair amount in the business. Just we think that we are at least as a collective group equal to the board of directors in terms of remuneration in the new company. And so that will be the target for me. I think that should be our mission, is to make sure that we get as much recognition as the board of directors. So this is the mad plan, is just to come together, make sure that our voices are heard. We are already reaching out to Sky News, BBC News, The Motley Fool, every little website that we can, every journalist that has written about Cineworld, we're going to be reaching out to, and making sure that there's a chance that this will be the next GameStop, not because we are going to be aimlessly pumping the stock, but because we are going to be coming together and showing force. And so this is what the internet is all about, is loads of individuals being able to come together and join on one singular mission. So let's make sure that us Cineworld stakeholders that like the business, not just because of the financials, but also we just love cinema, and we bought shares because we wanted to help cinema, but also the reason you buy shares is because you believe in a board of directors working to represent you. You believe that you have board of directors working on your behalf, and us as retail investors, we often think that we don't have power, but actually we can become the 5th largest stakeholder of Cineworld, and we can come together and use that power. And I think we are fools if we do not take this opportunity to even just put in an attempt, so just a small, minuscule attempt to make sure that we are recognized. All of us doing that combined can lead to some pretty powerful results. So I'm interested to see how Cineworld respond once they see that we are actually just not going to be pushed over and not pushed aside in these Chapter 11 filings. So, right, guys, so if you want to have your voice heard, just follow the link to the Discord below, and you can message me privately on the Discord if you have particular questions, or you can leave a comment in on the comment section below. But just be aware that I'm currently traveling the world with my girlfriend, so I'm having a bit of a tough time getting back to all the comments at the minute. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll try and get back to all of the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, guys.